Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for our Bluegrass Show on Jamboree USA on the big one, 1170 WWVA. And our next performers, it's actually an incredible story. Richard and Erma Griffin have been performing together since 1938. And together with their son, Buddy, very talented gentleman himself, they've entertained fans all over the U.S. and Canada. Please make welcome the Griffin family.
Thank you. I was counting on that applause being just a little bit longer. Actually, I was just kidding. I couldn't get Mom's guitar to her in time. I want to correct. I think the announcer might have called you Emma, Mother. Did you hear that? You better clear the building before she finishes, because she usually shoots people for that. We're gonna take you way back tonight. The bluegrass program at the Jamboree may never get by this, may never get over this. But you know, the bluegrass that we hear today had some background, had some predecessors, and we're going to take you way back to the 1920s and 30s on a lot of these tunes tonight, and do some things that you would have heard by the Carter family and some of those early country music bands. But before we get started with that, I want to introduce everybody to you who's with us tonight. We're the Griffin family, but our friends, Dr. Jim Huey over here on the left, on the dobro, on your right. We found out that it's a lot easier at our age, and I'm talking about myself, not the parents, to have the family doctor along with you when you play. Behind us is our old friend, and he told me to tell you that he was 13 and been playing the bass for 3 years. Jeff Roberts from Covington, Kentucky. And over on the right with the fiddle, our good friend Joe Dobbs from West Virginia Public Radio. I'm Buddy Griffin, and here on my left is my father, Richard Griffin. Happy Father's Day tomorrow, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Nice hand for him.
Thank you.
And on my right over here is my mother, Erma Griffin, and she's going to show you how to play the Carter family style guitar here in just a little bit. We hope. But we usually do this music either in the living room at home or we're sitting on the front porch. I remember when I was very small that these two would sit on the front porch with this kind of music and perform all the time. We should have been working a lot of the times probably, but they were performing all the time while all the kids, all 7 of us, ran around in the yard and listened. And so we learned a lot of this stuff from these two. But they've been at it now for, well, that didn't sound good. They've been married now since 1938, as he said. Yeah, thank you. And I'm the baby boy of 7 children, and let's see, where do you guys fit in? They don't fit in. Here's a song we want to do for you that came up a long time ago, and a lot of old bluegrass tunes are songs about train wrecks, and this one's no different. And Mother, if you'll open up that Mother Maybelle style guitar over there, we'll do the wreck of the number 9. We have another one that you may recognize the name of this song as a pretty popular piece back in the I'm going to guess late 1950s by the King, Elvis Presley. Actually, the song was written in 1927 and recorded by the Carter family. So we'd like to do one of Elvis's big numbers here. And again, this is what we did on our front porch, and so we'd like, especially you folks out there in the radio audience, just imagine you're on our front porch with us.
We got a big front porch. If you'd like to come around, come around.
Yeah, we do have that. There we go. I thought I'd get in the right key there for a minute. But this song is called, and there's no recitation in it, Joe. This is called Are You Lonesome Tonight?
chair in your parlor seem empty and bare? Do you miss me and wish I were there? Is your heart filled with pain? Come back again. Tell me, darling, are you lonesome tonight? Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me? I say, are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your memory stray to that bright summer day when I kissed you and called you sweetheart? I have counted the days, I've counted tonight. I have counted the months and the years. I have counted on years since we drifted apart. Tell me, darling, are you lonesome tonight? Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me? I say, are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your memory stray to that bright summer day when I kissed you and called you sweetheart?
And I think I like your singing better than Elvis's on that, Richard. What do you think? So that's how the song was supposed to go originally. Somebody needs to tell me.
Thank you very much.
I want to remind you real quick while we're sitting here with nothing else to do, and after all, it is our front porch. We're having a bluegrass festival at Glenville State College coming up in September. That's the 17th and 18th of September. And the festival is going to have a couple special things this year. We have a classic car show going on at the festival. Also, we have an evening in Mayberry with some of the original Andy Griffith show cast. That would be the Dillards, who actually played the Darlings on the show. We'll also have Charlene coming. That was Maggie Peterson then, Maggie Mancuso now. Leroy Mack. And then, of course, at the festival, we have Jesse McReynolds, and we'll be there. The Samples brothers, who are on later, will be there. And, just off the top of my head, I'm glad the people on the radio can see this. Smart Alec. Off the top of my head, if you'd like to win some tickets to the festival, call this number. The first 5 messages we get will give you free tickets. Ready? 304-266-1995. 304-266-1995. The first 5 that leave a message, I'll give you free tickets. But anyhow, that's coming up September 17th and 18th. And for those people here in the audience, the first 5 who request them, we'll give you some free tickets out at our CD table, which is out in the lobby. We'll be there during break. The next song that we're going to do is also from just about that era. And this is one of those songs that reminds me a lot of home. I don't know about anybody else, but we're barking out instructions left and right here. We also want to tell you, if you haven't seen already, West Virginia Public Broadcasting is here recording some of these things tonight. They're going to be doing a special program about Mom and Dad. So let's welcome them to the Jamboree tonight. You know, I came up here to perform at the Jamboree in 1973 as a staff musician, and I remember telling Mom and Dad then, I said, yeah, well, they need you guys up there. So it's taken them 35 years to get up here, but they're here. And thank you all very much for being such a wonderful audience. The next song we're going to do again is one of those old songs that kind of reminds me of home, and Mother does some great guitar picking on this, and everything you'll hear tonight is on our CD out in the lobby, and Joe has some CDs as well. Maybe that vocal might too. This is called Lamp Lighting Time in the Valley. Thank you very much. Now, Mom and I are going to get into a little picking contest. You know, it's not often you can say that you're in a picking contest with your mom. Yeah, be my last. Is that what you said? This is a tune that Mom and Dad and I had the pleasure of doing on little family conference here. Good thing we got those capos from Sears. Anyway, this is a tune that we had the pleasure of doing on Garrison Keillor's Prairie Home Companion a few years ago. And it's been aired a lot of times. And, you know, we only got paid once for that. But this song has always... I've always felt like somebody who did bluegrass music ought to have done this song and turned it into a really nice bluegrass song, but maybe some of the bands here tonight will do it. We kind of kept it the way it was originally done with the guitars. The old-time way, right. Oh, I want to say hi to Sarah Rodriguez and Ben Justice. Where are you guys? I know that you're sitting back there someplace. You don't want to say hi. Hey, there you go. I'm glad you guys could make it up. Some of our friends from Glenville State College. Are you, we got plenty of time. You need some help with that? You know, I've always said, Mom and Dad, and they'll probably shoot me for this, but they both are in the neighborhood of 84 years old. In the neighborhood. I didn't say you were.
I've never seen it yet.
Yeah. And I'm the one who looks like I just escaped from the home. How does that work? Oh, well, things cranking there now. This is called Darling Daisy. Actually, I could have used a little bit more applause that time too, but I'll stick with what we got. We have one more tune we want to do for you, and we're going to feature Jeff Roberts on the banjo, and Dr. Jim Huey over here on the dobro. and Joe Dobbs on the fiddle, and my mom on the bass. She started out the show tonight on the bass, for those of you on the radio, listen to the radio. And so apparently you weren't happy with what Jeff was doing, right? No, she didn't hear me. I said apparently you weren't happy with what Jeff was playing. You took it away from him. We'd like to thank Jamboree USA one more time for allowing the Griffin family to come be part of this. Again, it's a pleasure for us, and it's the first time for Mom and Dad up here. And did you like them? Yeah, we like them too. I think if they had come up here 30 years ago and become stars, I wouldn't have had the parents that I had. So thank you all for not doing that. Thank you. Here's the final tune for us tonight. This is an old gospel song that Jeff plays so well on the banjo, and it is on the CD. It's called "There Is a Fountain." And thank you folks so much, and we'll see you next time. So much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Griffin family. We're going to take a short intermission now. If you're leaving your seat, please make sure you have your ticket with you, and keep in mind this is a non-smoking building. So if you're going to smoke, please completely exit the building before you light up. And Jamboree Tours. If your group, club, or organization would like to attend any of our shows here at the Capitol Music Hall,